Oh hey, how's it going? Happy New Year. Oh, I thought that was gonna make noise. That was really disappointing. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. This video is gonna be one of my classic rants, so if you're into that kind of thing, buckle up. I figure what better way to start the new year than with a little bit of negativity. No, this is actually positivity, just kind of wrapped as negativity, which is really the only way that I know how to do positivity. Let's just rip the bandage off, shall we? I think New Year's resolutions are fucking stupid.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, my freaking ears!
I don't make them, and I don't think you should make them either, and I'm gonna tell you why. So we've all heard it before, right? December rolls around, January's right around the corner, and everybody goes, New Year, new me! And then they start talking about all these elaborate goals that they have, and all of these wonderful things they're gonna do in the new year, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, sure, let's go with that. Here's the thing, I consider myself to be a fairly ambitious person. I have a lot of goals, I have a lot of plans to achieve those goals, and I think that striving for good things, striving for better things is always a good thing to do. But in my humble opinion, or maybe not so humble opinion, setting New Year's resolutions is a ginormous waste of time, waste of effort, and generally just a grab for attention. The thing is this, most people have things that they want to improve upon, things that they want to achieve, things they want to work towards, and that's wonderful. My question is, why do you need to wait till New Year's to start doing them? To me, New Year's resolutions are just the origin story of what we now call virtue signaling. It's a way to draw attention to yourself and make everything about you. It's a way to make everybody think that you're special and wonderful and somebody to look up to. But you're not, and I'm not, and nobody is. Like if there's something that you want to do, there's something you're working on, then just go do it. You don't need to tell everybody, you don't need anybody's permission, and you don't need everybody to pat you on the back. Or at least you shouldn't. The thing about New Year's resolutions is that they fall squarely into something I've talked about before on this channel, which is the false first step. Basically busy work that people do that doesn't actually progress them at all towards their goal, but makes them think that they're taking a step towards it when in fact they're not. Simply setting goals or announcing to the public that you've set goals is not a step towards making those goals a reality. It's like when people decide that they want to start working out, for example, so they go to the mall and they buy themselves a new workout outfit, and they're like, hey look, I took the first step towards my goal. And I'm like, no you didn't, you just went shopping.
It's a game. Oh, a game.
The first step towards your goal would be actually going to the gym and getting on the treadmill or the bike or lifting a weight or doing something. Doing something in preparation of something is not the same as actually doing that thing. So regardless of what month we're in or what time of year it is, if there's something you want to do, why don't you just go do it? Why do you have to wait for the calendar to turn over? Why do you have to wait for a new year to come? I think it's just a great way to justify procrastination, to justify not getting started now, to justify waiting a few more weeks or a few more months to get started. And in my opinion, if you're doing that, you've already set yourself up to fail because you've already come up with excuses of why you can't get started today. And if you can't get started today, you're probably not gonna have the motivation to get started tomorrow or the day after either. And even if you do, you're probably not gonna stick with it. Not only do New Year's resolutions allow you to justify delaying your start, but they're also a great way to justify bailing early. New Year's is not special. Turning the page in your calendar accomplishes nothing. And for that matter, we turn the page in our calendar 12 times a year. So what makes this one any different? But I think that the real question I'm asking here is why do you need some sort of grandiose, superficial point to get you started? Why can't you just do it? And why do you have to tell everybody about it before you do? And here's the other thing. Do you remember what your New Year's resolution was last year? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. My question is, did you keep up with it? Have you achieved it? And if not, why not? Most likely what has happened is the same thing that everybody does, which is they put in an effort in January, maybe even into February if they're really committed, and then something happens, something gets in the way, they stop working towards whatever they were working towards, and then they just never resume because, well, it was my New Year's resolution, but I blew it, so I guess I'll start again next year. Don't do that. Why? Why is it that as soon as you make one little mistake, or you miss one day, or one thing gets in your way, you just throw it all out the window? Because it was only a New Year's resolution and you were only virtue signaling and it was never that important to you. Because if it was that important to you, you wouldn't have waited till January to get started in the first place. Whatever your goal is, if you're trying to eat healthier or drink more water or lose weight or start a business or whatever it is that you want to be doing, if it was that important to you, if it was that serious to you, you would have started doing it the moment you had the thought, not when the new year rolls around. And at the risk of sounding harsh, that exact attitude, that laziness, that procrastination, those justifications that have allowed you to wait till this point to get started is the exact reason you're probably not going to succeed. Hi buddy, you want to jump on my lap? Okay. Hello. Okay. You guys always ask for more Levi in the videos, so apparently you're getting a lot of Levi in this video. This wasn't planned, but that's okay. I've always said that one of the most important factors in your success is your motivation, is knowing your why. And so the why of why you're doing something, the reason behind your goal, has to be the thing that lights the fire inside of you to make it happen. But if you're just announcing on social media or to your friends in a group chat that you have this outlandish New Year's resolution, the chances are that your why is not genuine. Your why is just to seek attention, to make people think that you're a certain way that maybe you're not, to make people think that you're ambitious or driven, when maybe deep down you know that you're not as much as you would like to be. And if those words sting you, if you think that I'm being overly abrasive or you think that what I'm saying is not true to you, then I would say prove it. Not to me, but to yourself. Go do the thing that you meant to do. Start today. And if you mess up or you make a mistake or you miss a day or you get behind, okay, fine, pick it right back up and keep going. New Year's doesn't mean anything. New Year's is just the turning of a page of a calendar. We do it again in February, in March, in April, in May, in June, July, December. Like, we do it all year long. Like, it's not important. But your goals are very important because this is your life. This is your real life. And if something is important to you, if it's related to your health or your finances or something that has a serious impact on your life, then don't let a stupid calendar get in your way. Levi, do you have goals this year? Levi always has goals. His goals are to eat more. Levi loves food. He's 15 pounds, but his goal is to eat until he's 50 pounds. Right? Okay, can you get off my lap, please? Thank you, buddy. I've always believed that a happy life is one that is not sprawled across social media. The people who are truly fulfilled and content and happy with their existence and secure in their existence don't need the approval of other people. They don't need to tell people what they're doing or why they're doing it or ask for anybody's permission. They just go and do the things that they want to do and live the life that they want to live. But I've always found that if you're trying to work on something and there's something you want to do or something you want to accomplish and you just start telling everybody, they're going to do one of two things. Either number one is they're going to hype you up, they're going to make you excited, and they're going to encourage you. But really, that is just a false first step because now you're like, all right, well, I've told people, so I'm working towards it. It's an action. And telling people is not an action, it's an inaction. Or they're going to do the opposite. They're going to talk you down, they're going to discourage you, they're going to tell you why it's not going to work or why you shouldn't do it or why it's impractical. And that's going to discourage you from even getting started, most likely. So go do what you want to do and don't tell anybody about it until after you've done it. And even then, you maybe don't have to tell people, but if you want to at that point, I guess you can. I had a conversation with somebody recently, somebody in my personal life, who's trying to start a business, and they were asking me a whole bunch of questions about the intricacies of business ownership and running a business and how do you do this and how do you do that and what about this. And I was trying to help guide them as much as I could based on my own experience. I was trying to answer the questions that I could answer, and we had a pretty lengthy discussion over the phone. And after we hung up the phone, this person was feeling all hyped up, all full of dopamine, I'm sure, all inspired and ready to hit the ground running. And they sent me a meme that had come up on their social media page, I guess, and it was something along the lines of like, oh, now is the time to accomplish your dreams, or something ridiculous like that. And they sent it to me, they're like, oh, look what just came up, it must be a sign. And I was like, okay, if you say so. And that's been probably 3 or 4 months since then. Do you think that in the time since that anything has happened? Do you think in the time since this person has actually taken any actual steps to accomplishing what they want to accomplish? The answer is no. As most of you guys know, I have absolutely zero patience for what I call hippy-dippy bullshit, which includes things like astrology and positive affirmations and karma and like anything that is just like woo-woo, hippy-dippy nonsense.
Oh, good. I've been meaning to buy a dream catcher. Give me a break.
And I think that New Year's resolutions fall squarely into that category because it's just something that people latch onto emotionally that doesn't actually signify anything tangible.
Namaste.
And ooga booga to you too.
May I tell you about our white light specials?
Absolutely not.
The reality is that there will never be a point in your life where everything is perfect, where everything is in perfect alignment, where the time is exactly right to do whatever it is you want to do. If you're waiting for the stars to align and the calendar to change and your astrology number to whatever, I don't even know what any of that means. If you're waiting for the time when everything makes the most sense, that time is never going to happen and you are never going to get started doing what you want to do. At some point, you have to just jump in and then learn how to swim. If something was truly important to you and you were actually motivated to make a change in your life, you would have already done it. And so for that reason, I don't make New Year's resolutions. I never have, and I never will, and I don't think you should either. I don't see the point in waiting for some arbitrary point to start doing what needs to be done. Like, at some point you have to just put on your big girl pants and go do what you need to do. That's part of growing up. That's part of being an adult. It's part of being mature and responsible. The best time to start doing something was probably yesterday, but today is the second best time. And if you're gonna find an excuse not to do it today, you're probably gonna find an excuse not to do it tomorrow and the day after as well. And so just start doing it. Just do what you need to do. Start getting your finances in order. Start working out. Start doing whatever it is that's important to you. And if you drop the ball or you miss a day or you screw something up, That's fine, just pick up where you left off and keep going. Don't wait for the next New Year's to roll around. People who aren't truly motivated will find any excuse to delay getting started, but the people who truly are motivated and the people who are ultimately going to be the most likely to succeed will find their way around any obstacle and will find any excuse not to stop. So I guess the question is, which kind of person are you? Are you the kind of person who, as soon as you come across any sort of obstacle or any sort of difficulty, you tuck your tail and run away? Or are you the kind of person who goes, all right, there's another challenge in front of us, let's figure out how to overcome it, and you jump the fence and you keep going? Time passes the same whether or not you take action. So in 1 year from now, you could be sitting in the exact same spot you're in today having accomplished nothing, or you could be a full year closer to your goal. Ultimately, it's up to you. So don't make New Year's resolutions. Make plans and then go do them. Life won't wait. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so yet, follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff. Happy New Year if you care. I guess I should say that to be polite, but truly, I don't care about New Year's at all. I think it's dumb. I already said that. We're being redundant now. Have a good one, guys. Take care. See you next week.